Hi guys, welcome to a new video, and today I'm going to be sharing an update of all the things I picked up in the last month. But first of all, I just want to apologise yet again because it's been ages since my last video. It's been well over a month. I think it was September, my last video. A lot has happened since then now. I've been working a lot more these days. As you can see, there's a new storage unit behind me and my room's going through a makeover at the moment. It's past halfway done. Just a couple more things I've got to buy that are on the other side of the room. But so far so good. As you can see, there's a lot of CDs nicely stored there. So a lot more storage. It looks really good. And I may as well also say in the next month or two, I'm going to be doing a new channel design for this for my YouTube channel, because the look now, it's looking a bit old and tired. I think it's time for an update. So that'll be something you'll notice very soon if you already know my channel. So we get started with all the CDs. I only picked up a couple of vinyls, but the majority is CDs, and there's a good selection here. I just really wanted to make a video now and just show all the things I picked up, because it's been ages, like I said. So the first one I'll show is Tango in the Night by Fleetwood Mac, which is my favourite Fleetwood Mac album. I've already got this on vinyl, but I just wanted it on CD, just to put the other songs on my iPod, because I've got the greatest hits of Fleetwood Mac. And for some reason on my greatest hits it's got the Big Love live version, not the actual studio version, which is a bit weird, but of course the Big Love is on here, which is fantastic. Just the vocals sound amazing. The artwork, just this era is just perfection, just absolutely fantastic. And I might as well also say that I know that there's tickets on sale this Friday through Fleetwood Mac, so I guys will get tickets for them. The next one is Crystal Visions, the very best of Stevie Nicks. I've already got a greatest hits of Stevie Nicks, Time Space from 1991. But the CD is a bit scratched and it jumps a bit and it's a bit old and battered. So I wanted to get a nice new clean greatest hits of Stevie Nicks. So this is a different one to the one I already had previously. But again, some amazing corkers on this. A couple of the tracks that I never really listened to before, I'm listening to them a lot now, like Edge of 17, Stop Dragging My Heart Around, Silver Springs with Fleetwood Mac, Landslide. They're basically the songs I never really listened to much before, compared to like all the bigger 80s ones like I Can't Wait, Rooms on Fire, Talk to Me, etc. So I've been listening to this album like on a good loop, so it's really nice to listen to, and beautiful artwork, of course, beautiful Stevie Nicks. So that's another one. And on the same day, hence why I bought Fleetwood Mac and the greatest hits, I got the new album from Stevie, 24 Karat Gold, Songs from the Vault. I've only listened to this once, so it hasn't really kicked in yet in my memory of what all the songs sound like. But so far so good, and again another beautiful album from Stevie. I kind of really like all the recent solo albums she did, from Trouble in Shanghai, In Your Dreams, and this one. So the good sort of trilogy, if I must say. Even though these songs are like been written for many years and some of them recorded a long time ago, they've just been updated and all that. So it feels like a great album from Stevie, and there's some beautiful artwork inside. And I know it's on vinyl as well. Next is one I picked up yesterday, and it's Paloma Faith, A Perfect Contradiction, the Outsiders edition. Even though I've already got this album, the original version, I've just really wanted to get the new updated one with the 4 new tracks, which includes the singles Sigma Song Changing, and Ready for a Good Life, which I don't think will be a hit, but it's just something to promote this new repackaged version. All the other songs, of course. So if you're thinking of buying Paloma Faith's Perfect Contradiction, if you haven't got it, I suggest just getting this version, because it has 15 tracks on and they're worth it. I was going to get the deluxe Outsiders edition, but unfortunately it wasn't in the store where I went, and I just couldn't wait to wait patiently to get it, so I just got this version for now. Beautiful purple vibe in the background because, of course, the editions before this had different colour schemes. Like the original was red and the deluxe was an emerald green, and this is purple. And the deluxe for Outsiders edition is gold. It's really confusing how many copies of this there are now. So yeah, well worth it anyway. Next is one I wasn't very sure about getting, but I bought it anyway because I listened to a preview on YouTube, and I'm not a massive fan of her, but it is really good, I think, and it's Cheryl Cole, Only Human, or Cheryl Fernandez. Yeah, as you know, she changes her name. The reason why I bought this one is because I never really had any of Cheryl's album in the past, previous 3 albums, because they weren't really, I don't know, I just didn't really have much anticipation to buy them. But then when I heard this was coming out, I thought it would be the same as them. Like the singles would be good songs and the rest would be not as good, the album tracks. But I've read the reviews and they're quite good for this, and there's 15 tracks, which includes an intro, which is quite bizarre, and I thought maybe she really has put a lot of elbow grease into this album and not just sang on rejects from other artists, which a lot of pop stars do these days, which is unfortunate. But yeah, she really took a lot of time with this one, and I've had a listen to the samples and I thought it sounded really good, and I purchased it yesterday along with Plan with Faith. Just something to buy with that, so 2 new CDs. And I really like Crazy Stupid Love, and the song I Don't Care, when I first heard it I thought it was a bit okay, but it really has kicked in, and it's just a nice, fun, simple pop song. It hasn't got those, in-your-face lyrics or those, generic beats and stuff. It just sounds like a fun, simple, retro-sounding song, which I like. The artwork's beautiful as well. I've listened to about half of it so far, and some of the tracks are really good, especially the album title track, Only Human. The vocals just sounds a lot better than before. I'm just really surprised. So it might be worth the money after all. So yeah, pleased with that. Even though I'm not a massive fan, just as I say. Next is the 3rd album by Jessie J, and it's Sweet Talker. A bit like Cheryl, I really wasn't sure whether to get this or not, because I really enjoyed her last album. A lot of people didn't, but I actually really liked it, Alive. But then when I heard that she was coming out with Bang Bang, and when I heard it, I thought it was a bit, I didn't really see, obviously it was why she put Jessie J and Ariana Grande on there, because they're really big stars right now, and I thought that was a little bit desperate, even though the song is quite catchy. The thing is with this album, it's good, it's got some really good songs on here, especially Fire, which is beautiful. Also like Burning Up, which is a new track, and Sweet Talker, and probably Keep Us Together is another good song as well. But it's not really the same Jessie that we all knew in the beginning. I think it's a lot more Americanised, this album. A good R&B album with some soul elements in there and experimentation, but it's just very different to Who You Are back in 2011, just so I might as well say. Sorry if I've offended any fans. Of course, it's still a very good album, and I know that there's going to be some big hits off this, because compared to Alive, which I really loved, I don't think there was any big contenders for big hits, but I think this one does. I think it's a lot more commercial, so that's one good thing. Next is one that has got some really good reviews lately. It's Ella Henderson's Chapter 1. And I really liked her back on the X Factor a few years ago, and I was a big supporter of her. It's a big shame that she left really early. It was a big shock, but who knew that she'd be back with a #1 single, which was huge. A lot of people have got a bit sick of that song now, Ghost, but I actually really like it still. Her vocals sound amazing, and the live version's really good as well, if you want to check that out. I really like Glow as well. The next single is Yours. But it's a good album. The only thing I would say about it, I wish that Ella took a little bit more risks with this, but it's only her first album. Her vocals sound amazing as well. There's no filler on this either. Just some very beautiful ballads, and I actually really like Empire. That's probably one of my favourite tracks on the album. Her voice just sounds like an angel on it. That's who I can compare it to. And beautiful artwork as well, for such a young girl. So very, very pleased with this, well worth the money. And that's all the new releases I've just spoke about. Now I'm going to be talking about some of the online stuff I bought. The first one is Pat Benatar, Wide Awake in Dreamland. The reason why I bought this is because I've been listening to the vinyl of this album a lot recently. It's become probably my favourite Pat Benatar album. I really prefer all the later 80s stuff she did, like Tropico, Seven the Hard Way, and this one. And I really just adore this album, the instrumentation, the rock element, a voice. It just sounds, it's just a perfect American rock album. Yeah, I do recommend checking this out. I even love the font and the artwork. It's just so 80s and just amazing, really inspirational album. The song Don't Walk Away is one of my favourite Pat Benatar songs ever. And All Fired Up, which is a bit more in your face, you know, guitar based, amazing. Yeah, it's just fantastic. I'll listen to it all the way through as well because it's just, yeah, beautiful. Next are some Tori Amos things I picked up. The first one is the Tori Amos Star Profile, which is basically like a documentary about Tori. This was released in 1997. I only paid about £2 for this off eBay, which is really good. It has a CD, which comes in like a jewel case where you can see the disc, and a book with lots of pictures in and information about her, and yeah. And the documentary is about half an hour long. Really good. It basically tells DJs opinions of Tori, a few little snippets about Tori for herself, about her inspiration when she was a child and how she's become where she is today. It's quite interesting. I'd only pay a little bit for it if you find it. I wouldn't pay a lot of money for it. Next is a new copy of 1,000 Oceans, which is in the jewel case, because I had this in the digipack but it was a bit battered. And I've seen this on eBay, buy it now at a really good price, so I thought that's really great. So yeah, a bit OCD, but I don't really care, to be honest. And actually, this is actually better than the digipack because on the digipack it's only got 2 tracks, which has 1,000 Oceans and Baker Baker Live, but on this particular CD it has Winter Live as well. So all the better, really. And next is Spark CD2. I've got CD1, but this is CD2, and it has some postcards in here. I'm not sure if there's meant to be 3 or 4 postcards. There's only 3 in mine, so if I'm missing one, I'm not sure about. Very nice random pictures to put in there. The B-sides are Do It Again and Cooling, which are some very interesting B-sides, which I've put onto my iPod very recently as well. So yeah, good price again. And the last one is a Bjork single, and it's I Miss You, which is become quite a recent favourite of mine. It's not my favourite song off the Post album, but it's one of my favourites. Well, it's not the worst, but it's not the best, if you know what I mean. Very interesting artwork as well. I know that this particular character is off the Ren and Stimpy show, even though I love that programme, and of course the video was produced and animated by the Ren and Stimpy animator. And the other tracks are Hyper Ballads, LFO, Violently Happy Live, and Headphones, Mike Villino. And the I Miss You track on this is different to the album version, very different. It sounds more like a remix, but not like a proper remix, it just sounds completely different. So you might want to check this out. So yeah. And the last CD related thing is one that I picked up off eBay at a really good price. I picked it up the minute I seen it, and it's something I've been wanting for a while now. and it's Toriyama's piano collection, and it looks absolutely amazing. The condition is really good on this. This is basically a box set which features 5 CDs, and it has album tracks, mostly album tracks from all the way from Little Earthquakes all the way up to Beekeeper. And along with these album tracks, which is a random selection of album tracks of the albums, there's B-sides and live versions as well, and stuff that was previously unreleased. I'll just show a little bit of each one. It comes with this hardback book. It's very long, as you can see, but it's a really interesting read. It's basically Tori talking about the albums, some of the B-sides as well, why they didn't make the album. There's some pictures in here as well, some very interesting album promo pics. It's just a really, if you're a fan, I really do recommend getting this as well. Yeah, it's just a really fantastic read and good listen as well. So there's 5 CDs, and so CD 1, if I can find it. CD 1's all the stuff from Little Earthquakes, which features some of the B-sides. And CD 2 is Pink and Pele, which has random songs off the album and B-sides, of course, and some live stuff. CD C is Pele Continuation, Venus, and Tales from the Librarian, which was a greatest hit. So it's just songs that were off that era, what she recorded around that time. D is Scarlet, Beekeeper, and Quiet Girl. So it's all a bit random how it's put together, but quite interesting as well. And the last one is Bounce B-sides, which is probably the highlight of this box set. So it's very nicely packaged, very good condition as well. I paid not as much as I thought, considering how rare it is these days. So if you're lucky enough to find a copy of this, I really do recommend it. It just looks amazing. It's a shame you can't actually play this. That would have been a great addition. So yeah, a really good highlight of this update. And the last 3 items are the vinyls, of course. I picked these all up online, and the first one is Grace Jones' Love Is the Drug. Beautiful artwork as well, and the B-side is Living My Life. And this single was released during the Island Life era, probably when Love Is a Drug was re-released, so it could become a bigger hit than it was originally. Next is a Grace Jones track I never even heard before, so it was very new to me. It wasn't on any of my CDs, and it's The Apple Stretching, and the B-side is Nipple to the Bottle. And this was the tracks off this were released off the Living My Life era, which I don't have on CD or vinyl. So the only track that I know off that album was My Jamaican Guy, but this is a great reggae style song. You can tell it's off that album. Has the same sort of vibe as My Jamaican Guy. Really impressed with this. It just makes me want to get the Living My Life album now. So it's quite rare to find on CD, as I know. And the last one is Grace Jones, My Jamaican Guy. Beautiful artwork as well. One of my favourite pictures of Grace. Just so artistic. It just looks like it could be hung up in the gallery, if we gotta be honest. The B-side is Cry Now, Laugh Later. So these were a really good purchase to get individually because of the B-sides and stuff and the artwork, and the condition of these are really good as well. Might get some more in future, some more Grace Jones stuff. And that is it, everyone. Nearly 20 minutes long. I didn't realise how long it went on for. The next update shouldn't be too long, a couple of weeks I think. I'll definitely try and squeeze, because I've ordered a couple more things, so I'll definitely try and show them as soon as. Like I said, I'm sorry for a big delay if you've been waiting at all. Please comment and stuff. I hope you're all having a good November as well. Christmas isn't too long around the corner. So that's it, everyone. Hope you're having a good week, and speak to you soon.